pose too?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Are you guys posing for the camera?
Yeah, should I
We
pose?
got some royalty
Yeah.
today, guys, on JTV.
Yes.
The Ms Bikini Olympia champ. How are you? Yes, awesome. Andy, we're glad to have her back, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I think she was the first one.
for the series. For the series,
Yes.
yeah, first, yeah. We still have the video playing. Yeah, that was that was start of. It was actually conveniently start of last year's Olympia
Yeah.
prep, right?
Yeah.
You're
I think
in the
like-
off season.
No, I think we're like halfway through now.
I don't know.
We were
right.
wearing those matching colors.
Yeah, I had the Easter pants on, so. Yeah, that was,
All right,
yeah.
so we're glad to have Jen back. What are we training, Andy, today?
Glutes.
Glutes?
Yep, it's going to be a different workout than last time, though.
All right, good thinking.
Yeah.
Jen,
Thanks for having me.
Yes. How's your prep going?
Prep's going good. We just started prep 3 weeks ago, so 18 weeks out, 17 weeks out this weekend actually from the Olympia. Going to be here in December in Las Vegas, which is going to be a lot of fun, having it back in Vegas this year after Florida for the last 2 years, so I'm excited.
Andy, what's been the plan with her since you've been working since last year?
Well, I mean, we didn't really want to change, after consulting with her and Mark, we really didn't want to, it was a winning package, so we didn't really want to change anything. It was just, our main goal was like, let's just train in the off season. That way, we train really hard in the off season. That way you stay leaner, and that's exactly what she did. I mean, you could tell them, how much you're way down. You're a lot leaner starting prep this year.
I'm like 15 pounds leaner this year than I was the start of my prep last year. So I'm only 10 pounds above stage weight, much easier spot, much better spot. But yeah, we weren't trying to add muscle because I didn't need to gain any more muscle. It was really just fine tuning and like small details, a little bit more details in the legs. We started training quads again, so that's been fun.
Yeah, started training quads again. We didn't do like, we didn't incorporate a ton of compound movements, but now, you're gonna see we're gonna incorporate a little bit this go around, but yeah, it was just keep the roundness, keep the fullness, and whatever, I was just kind of like responding off Jen and Mark's feedback, like, hey, I'm too sore. That workout was okay. So if you notice, like we were actually, some of the sessions, if we were doing like more volume, we'd be using the newbie like through 3/4 of the session, and then like the last fourth of the session, we would take it off and just freestyle it just to get like more volume, but not totally tax her body. So yeah, I think it's good. We picked up, like a month or two after the show, we picked back up.
Yeah.
What was it, like month or two?
Not even that long.
No, not even that long. Yeah, so we've been training twice a week.
Twice a week,
pretty much
all
for the whole
off
off
season.
season. Yeah, it's been going good. So
Do it.
yeah. Three, two, last one, come up and squeeze for 8 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, squeeze harder. 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Gonna be going not as many reps. I mean, in some videos you've seen with me and Jen, we go in the 20 rep range, but just we found, from last prep, you live and you learn, from last prep, just going really, really high volume. Just with her calories dropping, she's just too sore. So 15, 12, well, even 10 rep range, 10 to 15 rep range, but we just did a drop set, but now we're nipping this in the bud. We're done with this, but yeah, I'm gonna stay in that, ideally like that 12 rep range, the J special, Jay's favorite rep range. Got the yoga pad on just to increase just a little more stretch at the end of the hamstring, just really lengthen the hamstring and just keep you propped up, and it really helps kind of like just mentally engage to throw your hips forward into that pad, okay? Because some of these, I like the old school leg curls where they're flat, but some of these new leg curls, they're just designed to make you cheat, like make you lift more. So, like the old Gold's Gym ones, Nautilus flat, those are like the most humbling leg curls. So this is definitely gonna humble you. The weight's gonna be down, but you're gonna get more contraction and stretch in your hamstring, okay? Not gonna really go high on the newbie on this one because all the pads right now, if you can see, I also didn't bring up, now we don't do it all the time, but now we have 4 pads on each glute. We aren't really, we're gonna only do one hamstring focused movement, but we're not padding up the hamstrings. Our hamstrings are good, but we're still gonna stimulate them, but just, we're not gonna use the newbie on the hamstrings. Here we go. Let's go 12. 1. Nine, 10, 11. One more. Squeeze, slow, slow, slow. Good. Yeah, so what I've noticed just going into this prep versus last year, whatever her and Mark are doing diet-wise, obviously what we talked about earlier, way leaner starting out this year compared to last year, and a lot stronger. Just
More food.
More food, yeah, that helps.
Just having, I think, like more time this off season. It's been 10 months of an off season, which has been very long, but very productive and much needed to get my calories up in such a good spot. Just so my body can level out in a good spot. But we've been really like hammering strength this off season that
Yes.
I've gotten a ton stronger.
Yeah.
Especially like shoulder presses is one of the main things.
Yeah.
I have some rotator cuff issues I've had for like 5 years, and I couldn't even press like 10 pounds.
It was causing her pain, yeah.
Yeah, like I honestly couldn't even do anything overhead press for like maybe 2 years, and we just focused on like rehabbing the past 2 years doing that. And now I can press like, what was it, 25s or almost 30s?
Well, we did 27s.
We did 27 and a half.
Yeah, I bought these, I got these like rogue added plates that we're putting on dumbbells, you know, to add like incremental weight.
1 pound.
I'm sure she could do 30s though. You could definitely do 30s for 6 to 8.
Oh yeah, because we're doing
Yeah.
like good slow tempo and form, but
We started with the shoulder workout. We started because the pressing was causing her so much pain, but we still wanted to incorporate pressing.
Yeah.
So we started doing a lot of TRX band work.
such a big
So we would pet, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh yeah.
I just think such a big difference. It's incredible when you start with that rotator cuff work. We were doing 2 different things in the TRX just to open up, and just the stability that you gain from doing that. I'm so much stronger on the presses when we do it first, right?
Yeah, pre-exhausting the, we would change it up, but we would pre-exhaust the rear delts.
Yeah.
Then, like at first we do actually like side delts, then rear delts, then finish up with pressing. That way she's maximizing the efforts in the pressing without having to use a lot of weight, but still hitting the failure. And then as her shoulder started to improve and she would, you know, communicate with me like, yeah, my shoulder feels better and better. Then we just started moving on, still with the rotator cuff movements first, and then moving on to presses. And now, yeah, just Monday, we did 2 side delt exercises, and then you jumped into press. And what did you do? 27s for?
27 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, for what? 12 or 15?
I think it was 12 because I usually do 8, and you were like 12, and I was like 12.
Yeah.
But
So-
it was good. We did it. I had some help from you.
Yeah, so big strength improvements, which has been good, and no pain, which is honestly the most,
Yeah.
the most frustrating part of starting prep is with a nagging injury that you have to nurse. So now that's been eliminated, so you're good. Open hips, 2. When you sit back and lean back, you want to open your hips more. 3. 4. Let's just get 10. Slow. 5. Sit back. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Yep. Sit down. Open, 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 open. 10. Good. Racket. How'd that feel?
Feel good. I have like good glute engagement, especially when I come up and like things like it's starting to be rotating.
Okay, so you feel the glutes, so
Yeah.
you're good. Okay, so now we can add
We're
weight.
good.
I just want to make sure
Yeah.
the form. What do you think? 25?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Three. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Open. 4. 3, 2, 1. Open hip. 5. 3, 2, 1. 6. 3, 2, 1. 7. 3, 2, 1. 8. 3, 2, 1. 9. There we go. 3, 2, 1. 10. 3, 2, 1, 11. 3, 2, 1, 12. We got 3. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Here we go. Drive, open, 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 open. One more. Open hips, rack. Okay, so we're gonna finish up with single leg hip thrust, but we are gonna we did a lot with the newbie, and we have not, you know, I was out sick for a couple weeks, so we haven't hit glutes on the newbie for 2 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks. So yeah, so we're gonna still keep it plugged in, but we're shutting the newbie off. Okay, but we're still gonna. So what's cool with the newbie is if somebody, I don't know, if you're short on time or don't have, okay, like say you're going to a commercial gym and they don't allow, you know, to haul this cart or something like that, and you're training chest, you could do some like activation movements or even like just pump the chest up with blood like pre-workout, put the pads on your chest, get it like fully engorge your blood, activate it, and then go to your chest workout, and you still get a lot of the benefits like the newbie is currently on. I mean, and like I said, it's going to save, you know, a lot of, it's not going to tax you as much. Now, would I recommend not using it under training? No, I would still use it for training, but like, you know, like I said, if you're working out at a Planet Fitness or like a Lifetime Fitness where they don't want you to haul this around, then you can do like a pre-activation warm up before your workout and still get a lot of benefits with the newbie. This because there's a lot of stuff, like I know she says I train her, but there's a lot of moves that she teaches me, and it's like I just love train. Like, you know, you train with everybody else and you're open-minded and they're like, hey, have you ever tried this? I'm like, never tried that. That looks pretty cool.
So this one, I didn't even do any weight with it, just to finish out. I just really like the angle of this platform here because you really have to drive with your hips and your glutes to come up. That's why I was using the opposite leg to drive that knee up so I can really contract my glutes all the way. And you saw I just went to failure for that. I'm so impressed, right? But that was 20 reps on each side to failure. And you'll notice when you get off, that's when you feel the glute pump. Like right now, my glutes are not pumped.
That's our original video.
Oh yeah, it's right there. The first one we did.
All right, Jen, thanks for coming back on JTV. We appreciate it. I know, it's great. I've actually been meaning to film with you for a while. I know this year, you know, it's the first year that you are the Bikini Champion. So I was talking to Jay, and I was asking him, you know, when he was champion, just to go from competing so many times, because you competed so much in the past, multiple shows per year. What was it like for you for an entire year not to do anything? Was it weird? And also, how does that affect your confidence? Because if I'm champion, of course, I'm glad to be champions. But once you see everybody else winning shows and you're not competing by your own choice, how does that affect you at all? Or tell me.
Such a good question. So for me, it was nice to have a break because, like you said, last year and the year before I just didn't go. So I think it was much needed to have a long off season just to recover, come back fresh is what I wanted my body to just have a chance to reset. It's been like 4 years as a pro without having much of an off season, so having a chance to get my cardio down, get my food up, just get my body to level out to a good spot It was so hard to try not to do the Arnold, not to do all the shows. I was there for all of them, and I was sitting there like, oh, I wish I was up there. But I knew, like, I wasn't just looking at what was in front of me. For me, I had to step back, take my emotions out of it, and look at long term, what are my goals? You know, for longevity in the sport, for my own health, for my mental sake, for my career in the sport, what could be best? And I knew that me taking an off season to improve so I can show up at the Olympia ready to win again, that is what I needed to do. If I had to compete at the Arnold and at Pittsburgh and at New York, would that have been conducive to my long-term goal of trying to defend my title? No, because I wouldn't be able to improve, I wouldn't have that rest that I need. So I just knew in the back of my head I was doing what I needed to be doing in order to get to where I wanted to be. So I just sat there and I was like, my time's coming, it's okay. And it was kind of fun to get to watch everyone else and just cheer them on and just see it from a spectator point of view. So as tough as it was, in hindsight, so worth it to take the off season because my body's just in such a good spot right now, mentally as well. And I know it's going to be such a good prep, it's such a good feeling, and I'm so excited for it. So what was the other part of the question you asked me?
No, that's it. I mean, I'm glad you talk about the mental thing of things, because we're always talking about dieting and training and all that stuff. But when you become a champion and you've worked so hard and so long to get a title, what's the mind frame after that? You know, and Jay was like, you know, you have to ask her because bodybuilding and bikini is completely different.
Yeah.
You guys compete all the time, and you know, so I just wanted to really ask you that question, and I'm glad you answered it. It's a good answer.
Yeah, I think it's just, you have to know who you are, like, outside of bodybuilding and within bodybuilding, and you have to just stay true to that. So for me, I know that even when I'm not on the stage, I still know who I am. I'm not only a bodybuilder, you know. Off the stage, I'm my own person as well, so I'm okay with being an ambassador for the sport while I'm not up on that stage. And I know it's hard sometimes when you're sitting out and the hype is on other people, but it's okay. Like, when it's time, the hype will come back to you, and for now, you can sit there, you can work in silence, take the pressure off. And I think it was kind of a good thing for me to just not have that pressure on competing, because I got to just prioritize my off-season, rest, recovery, improvements, and we've just been working in silence, so now it's time to pop out.
We're glad to have you. All right, Andy, that was a good workout today. So tell me, are you satisfied with the progress you guys have made this year? You know, since last year.
Yeah, I am. I'm a lot more. I mean, I'm very confident. I mean, just her condition alone, starting this early out, and her and Mark started the prep even earlier than last year. I mean, over 20 weeks out, which is, I think, is perfect. I think for women, you know, a longer prep is just key. It's just key. So I'm happy. I'm excited.
How's the excitement going into this Olympia versus last year? Because last year we were all hoping she'd win, of course. But now when you have the title, there's more riding on the show, right?
It's way better. People keep saying that, but I'm not talking to your mic.
Yeah. Talk to the mic.
There's more pressure, and of course there's pressure, but it's not a bad thing, you know. The pressure is people, you know, supporting you, and there's going to be people who are praying to your downfall, but that's okay. You just use it to motivate you to level up and get better. And for me, I just know that, like, I am 2,000% confident that I can bring a crazy package this year that's going to be so much improved from last year that no matter what, that's a win. So if I didn't think that, and this is what I said to Mark when I decided to compete again this year, because if I wanted to, I could have retired after I won. Because really, like, I reached the pinnacle of what I could have ever wanted to and more achieve in the sport. So for me, it's just, anything else now is just cherry on the top. I'm just working to be better than what I was last year. It's me versus me, really. As the champ, you only have to beat yourself. So I just have to make sure I come in better than myself, which I'm already on track for. I don't have any nerves. I just feel mentally like I'm in such a great spot, and I'm in a good spot to prep and to come in, to not let that pressure get to me, because I'm using it as excitement, and I'm using it as, I know I'm going to be able to blow that package out of the water, so I'm just so excited to step on stage and just shock everyone. Can't wait.
That's a great answer.
Mic drop. I have nothing to say.
Thank you guys so much for today. Good to see you, and best of luck at the Olympia.
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you. I flipped the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you tryna shut me